We did it, folks. We reached the boxes of the Nintendo 64. I've got probably 40 games here that I want to show you. Your man out of Japan, Jay Contra, by the way. Collecting is a disease. I've played a few of these games. Last Legion UX. Let's open it up. Let's see what's inside. This. Oh, yeah, no, I have played this. You're like a mech, and you're walking around an area. It gets a little bit difficult, but it's not terribly. It's okay. I played it for a few hours. It's fine. Last Legion UX. Here's the label. 1990 game by Hudson. Hudson. Yes, the PC Engine hadn't turned out. Or no, Hudson NEC. Well, I mean, Hudson made a lot of games for the PC Engine, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, you can see here, this is the Hagaki. This is included in a lot of games, both of the N64 and pretty much every other system I can think of. But I've never seen one so expensive, or so extensive, because it also has the guarantee. You've got to like fill this out if you want to get warranty on your car, on your cartridge. Okay, never seen that before. What is this? Oh, N64 AC adapter usage. Again, don't have a sweaty hand and manipulate the lead. Last Legion UX, 1 to 2 player. The N64 controller. Oh, and you can actually use that? Could you use the crossbar there? Oh, see, here we go. What is this? The Bibion. Gatabine. What? Norufute in the Raibouts. It's a strange game. I think there's like time travel involved or warping. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure you like go through a level, you blow up your opponent, and then you have to like get on a. Oh, see, that's breaking there. You like blow up your opponent, and then you go into like a warp thing. All right, so let's put this over to the side. Then we have yes, what is this? The Fist of the Flying Dragon Twin, which I believe is the superior version. No, never mind. We'll get to the other one later. Yes. So this is a fighting game. One of the few fighting games that came out for the N64. Most of the games like Street Fighter would come out for the PlayStation and the Sega Saturn. This is the version that you can play both the super deformed characters, like this guy right here, these folks, or you can play as the realistic ones. This is where they were like, yeah, tried to be a little bit Street Fighter-y, Tekken-y with these characters here. I loved getting the super deformed version of this game from Blockbuster. Culture Brain actually put out a decent game. I loved it because it was sort of like RPG-esque. Let's see, yep, there's the insert, where you like got items and you could equip them to your characters. I just love, look at how tiny they are. They're babies. This should be illegal. You can't fight with babies. Even like a baby wrestler there. And so why it's called Twin is, yes, you can see here because you get like the, I don't know if they're like the adult versions of the characters. No, yes, I believe so. Because yeah, there's what is this? Ryuhi and Hayato. They're grown-up versions. The grown-up versions is like, it's just not as fun. It's not as fun. Would much prefer to play as the deformed characters. I mean, these super deformed. Yeah, it's very, very weird. That's what it is in the Japanese. I apologize. We'll go and we'll open up the next one. So yes, let me pull that from here. Here you see this is the SD version. This has, yeah, you can see here it's got 54 characters. How did they balance all that? Oh my God. And this is where, yeah, see here are all of the items that you can equip. This is the version you want to play. If you're going to play a fighting game for the N64, this actually might be the best one. I have Killer Instinct, but I haven't played it all that much. So you can see here, you've got the little baby fighters. Can't believe they split this into 2 games. What were they thinking? Got the massive manual here. A bit kind of boring with its white background, a little bit bland. You feel like, can we get a little bit more exciting here? See, we get Ryuhi, Hayato, Min, Bokuchin, Raima, Askueka, Wow, that's pretty wild. Love that. This is I'm so glad. I'm so glad I have this. One of those weird rental titles that I played when I was a kid, and it's fascinating to see it in its true form. So that's what is that? Ryuhi? No, yeah, whatever that is. Gauntlet Legends. So my memories of Gauntlet are not the console version. In fact, they are the version in the arcade, because the place where I used to play Pokemon and Warhammer eventually, because I was one of those kids that, you know, you hang out at the comic. The upstairs was a comic book shop. The downstairs was the gaming area. And then, oh yes, I was very disappointed. I do not have the manual for this, unfortunately. Just the insert. I don't know what happened, but I'm glad to have the game all the same. It's the one where you're, like, at least in the arcade version, your characters are always losing health. And if you put in more money, put in more quarters, they get more health. That's the basics of Gauntlet Legends. Fantastic, fantastic dungeon crawler. Now, so in the other video, I talked about Custom Robo and how amazing of a game it was. What year did this come out? Let's see, I'm a little bit broken. 2000. The year 2000, we get Custom Robo V2, the sequel. Now, Custom Robo is an amazing game. I don't know if it... where you build a robot, you customize it, you give it different weapons, different armor, different special abilities, and you fight on a battlefield against other persons' custom robos. It's an amazingly fun game. It is a shame. It is a shame. Oh, you know, it's also a shame folding up the inserts. That's a shame too. But the bigger shame is that this did not come out in the United States. Oh, wow, a health. Reminding you to be in good... Oh, there's a little toad saying, oh, make sure you take little breaks. For every hour, take a 10 to 15 minute break. So says Toad. Well, we've got that insert, and then, ooh, I haven't seen this. The graphics are amazing. They're simple, but distinct. You can see here, there's the robot you end up customizing. You can give them different loadouts. It's so cool to get new parts, constantly upgrade your guy, fight all the different enemies, and I think once you beat some of them, you get their weapons. You fight in tournaments. There's a story. It's got everything. And it never came out in the US. I don't even think it's got a look. I don't even think there's been a patch to translate it into English. There might be. It's the year 2020. I certainly hope there would be. You know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do is, what I like what people do is when they insert, they put in these little things here, put them in the manual, straighten them out over time. Over time, we got nothing but time. But if you liked Custom Robo 1, why not get Custom Robo 2? This used to be expensive. It used to be like a $50 game, but now it's like a $20 game. It's so weird what happens to N64 games. Speaking of expensive games, let's go into two of the most expensive N64 games out there. Two very interesting titles. We'll go with the less expensive one, Biohazard 2, Resident Evil 2. A feat of technical mastery. Somehow fitting the second Resident Evil game. Remember, the first Resident Evil game didn't even come out on the N64. It came out on the PlayStation. And they're just like, oh, let's just release the second one on the N64. A cut down version, to be sure, but a feat nonetheless. This is expensive. It is now, I remember picking it up for like 40 or 50 bucks at a hard off. Now it is like a $150 game if you can fight it in good condition. And this, I would say, is not good condition. You can see it's been roughed up, well loved. But hey, it survived a trip across the sea. Ada, Claire, Sherry. Oh my God. I love the Resident Evil series. I love the conspiracy aspect of it. I love all of the stuff that happens behind the scenes. I am generally not into scary games. I get freaked out by them. But Resident Evil works for me. I don't like the action Resident Evil, though. It's not why I play these games. I play them because I want to figure out just how big of a jerk the Umbrella Corporation was. Let's put you aside. I've got cases for these. Yeah, so what I'd like to do is I have, for my more expensive games, I have these protective cases that I bought off the internet. If you just search like retro game cases, I think it's like the first or the second one that pops up. but that's what I protect my valuable games with. Here we get what is, I think for me, a notorious game in my personal life, because I picked this up, just was like, oh, it looks interesting. I picked it up when it was not really sought after for like $20 in Japan. Now it's like a $200 game. I don't know what happened. You can see here, it is Getter Love, Getarabu, the Chou Renai Party Game Tanjo, which means like the amazing love party game. It's very strange. So basically you're playing as a man. I mean, I suppose you could play as a woman, depending on your headcanon. But you try and hook up with all of these anime ladies in the game. How do you hook up with them, you might ask? Well, you run around a board, sort of like Mario Party, and you play in mini games. And I think the better that you do at the mini games, the more these ladies like you. See, look at this, a magazine. I love it when they change up the manuals ever so slightly. Here we've got the Getter Love Press. This tells you everything you need to know about the game. You have 2 weeks. Oh, see, oh, you are. I mean, I think they're all supposed to be men, but they could all be. Some of them could be women. You never. It's up to you. It's up to your canon. But yeah, 1998. Oh my God! And this is very late 90s anime. Here we've got Ayumi, Natsuki, Hana. What is her name? Makoto, like the dress. Kiro. She half? I don't know. She's blonde, so it's very tricky. And then here we get Shizuku. And then Meifa. Little comics. Please don't ban me, YouTube. I'm just trying to show off this rare N64 game. I would recommend this game. If you could play this through, I don't $200 recommend it, but I would say it is one of the better N64 games out there. And especially, it's sort of like in Jinsei Game, where it's just very strange. See, here are the party games. You control characters, you're running around, there's like a karaoke studio there. This is like a first-person shooter where you're running around a maze. I don't actually know what happens when you win the game. I think, or when you win the mini games. I don't know if that like just automatically gets you with the girls, if that like increases how much they like you, or it might get you more money, which lets you buy presents for the girls. That might be what happens. I have a very foggy memory of this game. I actually reviewed this years ago, I'm pretty sure. Yes, that's Getter Love. That's Biohazard 2, Gauntlet Legends. Great games. And in certain cases, I would say even amazing games. But I've got some more amazing games to show you. We've got a few more videos to make of unboxing N64 games. I've been your man out of Japan, Jay Contra. If you would like to support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/jaycontra. There you can get exclusive videos and extra content. Thanks for watching, and mahalo.